Good morning, Howbridge, and welcome to my assembly for this week on our theme of generosity. Peace be with you, and also with you. Lovely, we are ready to start. So, I'm going to be talking to you about our core value, which is, as I've already said, generosity. And I know that yesterday, Pastor Will talked to you about some things you can offer and be generous with. And I know that Mrs. Dale has introduced the topic already. What I'm going to be talking about is being generous in our lives at home especially. And what can we do? How can you be generous to the people in your family and also to your friends? There are various ways to be generous. Obviously, one way is you can be generous with money and gifts. And so, for example, you might be generous to a charity. I know that it's Children in Need coming up. I think it's next week, and I know lots of you. We're going to have a non-uniform day, and I know lots of you will probably bring in some coins to donate to the Children in Need charity to help people who need it maybe a little bit more than we do. So that's a way that you can be generous with money. You can also be generous with gifts. I've got an example here of a lovely gift, a Lion Bar Duo. Now that was brought for me by Mrs. Berda, who works in my classroom, my lovely learning support assistant. And she just bought that for me, no real reason. She just wanted to buy me a gift, and that was she is a very generous person, and she often buys me little treats like that, and it always means a lot. So I will be enjoying that later on with my cup of tea at break time. But there's other ways that we can be generous. I've got another example here. This is something that Esme made me. She's in my class. Really kind, generous person, and she often does me lovely pictures like this. So this isn't about money. This is where she's taken her time and chosen to do something creative to basically to give to me. It cheered me up, it made me smile, and it's a really lovely gift, and it's now up on my wall just by my desk, and that's just a really nice thought. So there's another thing that you can do. You can, it might be something simple like a picture, but there's other things that are quite easy to be generous with too, and that's what we're going to be talking about a bit more. So before we think about that, what I wanted to do was to show you some ways that I've tried to be generous this week, because if I'm going to sit here and talk to you about generosity, then I think it's quite important that really I've got to give some examples of me being generous. So have a look at these short little movies, see if you can spot anyone you recognise, and see what you think about my generosity. Mrs. Swan, you've had a hard day. You look like, and you're still busy. Oh. I bought you a lovely cup of tea.
Thank you so much, Mr. Howlett.
No problem. You enjoy that.
Thank you.
See you later. Mr. Heath, how are you? You look busy as usual.
I'm not bad, thank you.
I've got a little something for you, just to say thanks for all the work you do.
Oh, thank you,
just
Mr.
to keep you
Howlett.
going. You look like you need a bit of energy.
Yeah.
So a whisper bar just for you.
Thank you.
No worries. All right, you take care. See you
And
soon.
you.
Bye, bye, bye. Oh, look at you three having a meeting. Come on, it's gone 5 o'clock and you're still having a meeting. Do you know what? Can I just say, the three of you, you work so hard. And I'd just like to say on behalf of all the children, a big thank you. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you for those kind words. It really means a lot.
So you haven't got loads of money, right? You're only between the ages of 7 and 11. You haven't got loads of money. You can't go out buying gifts or giving money. So what I want you to do now, have a think, get your teacher to pause the video. How can you be generous, but you don't need money to be generous? What things or what ways can you show generosity without money? Have a think now, and then I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, so what did you come up with? Hopefully you came up with being generous with your time, being generous with your words, being generous with a smile, maybe. They're the main three I could think of anyway. If you thought of more than that, brilliant, well done. Anyway, talking of smiles, at the moment, I'm finding it really hard to give away my smiles because I have to wear a mask so much of the time, especially when I'm out and about and down the shops. So, and when I'm dropping all the children off around to their parents after school. So, what I thought I'd do, a bit of fun. Can you tell if somebody's smiling when they've got a mask on? We're going to look at some of the people from school, some members of staff, and other people at school, and they've got a mask on. You've got to decide, are they smiling or not? So this is our new game show. Smile or no smile? I shall hand over to our host. And next we have Miss French, the amazing Miss French. So, Miss French, have a good look at her face. Do you think that she is smiling behind that mask? Or do you think she's not smiling? Is she being generous and giving us one of her lovely warm smiles? Or is she not? Hands up if you think she's smiling. Hands up if you think she's not smiling. Miss French, can you reveal to us? Are you smiling? What's behind the mask? She's not smiling. Oh, well done if you got that one right. Oh, there's a smile. And next person, it's the lovely Miss Collins. Now, Miss Collins, without making it too obvious, we've got to guess. Are you giving us a smile or not giving us a smile? Have a really close look at her eyes. Is she smiling behind the mask or is she not? Put your hands up if you think she is smiling. And put your hands up if you think she's not smiling. And now, Miss Collins, can you reveal to us, are you smiling behind your mask? She's smiling! Thank you very much, Miss Collins. See you later. And here we have Mrs. Westbury. Is she smiling or is she not smiling? Have a close look. Put your hands up if you think she's smiling. Put your hands up if you think she's not smiling. Mrs. Westbury, can you reveal to us? Take your mask off and let us know, what are you doing behind the mask? She's not smiling. Well done if you got that one right. Next person is Olivia, who we've just caught in Hoosh. So what you've got to do is have a really good look at Olivia's face. Is she smiling or not smiling behind that mask? If you think she's smiling, put your hand up. If you think she's not smiling, put your hand up. Olivia, can you show us? Are you smiling behind the mask? Oh, she's smiling. She's always smiling, Olivia. That was an easy one. Thank you very much, Olivia. Okay, our next contestant is Miss Swan. So, have a good look at her face. Do you think she's smiling or not smiling? Hands up if you think she's smiling. Hands up if you think she's not smiling. Miss Swan, can you reveal to us, what are you doing behind the mask? Oh, she's not smiling. Give us a smile now. Okay, right, now our next contestant is Mrs. Swan. Now, is she smiling or not smiling? Can you have a guess? Don't show us yet, Miss Swan. Hold on. Make sure, hands up if you think she's smiling. Hands up if you think she isn't. Now, can you reveal, Mrs. Swan? She's smiling! So that brings us to the end of our assembly today. So to end, just want to finish with a reflection. So what is it? What can you give away? What can you be generous with at home and at school in your daily lives? So thinking about that, you can be generous with your love. You can be generous with your time. You can be generous with a kind word. You can be generous with a smile. And it's really not hard to do, and it's not expensive. Generosity is not about money, and it's not about, oh, I can give you that present and this present. It's not about presents. I think it's about giving yourself. And I know that when you look in the Bible, there are many stories about that, about giving yourself. It's not about giving material things. But we're going to end with a prayer. So if you want to put your hands together or close your eyes, or you might just sit and listen very carefully, but please be respectful of the words. Dear Lord, help us to be generous in our daily lives. Help us to show kindness. Help us to give away love, give away a smile, give away our care, and give away our time so that other people might benefit, and to try to make their day a little bit better. We know we are in difficult times at the moment, so being generous with all of those important things is more important than ever. So help us and guide us, dear Lord, on our day-to-day journey. Amen. So let us go out into the world as messengers of hope and generosity. And I hope that you all do that. See if you can be generous to someone this week, in school or out of school, in your family. Please do it. Be generous, because it really does help to make the world a better place. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. Keep up with the TT Rockstars, and I will see you in the corridors and in the playground. Take care. Bye. Bye. You can turn it off now. Turn it off. You can turn it off. Turn it off.